Coming up tonight at 6, we're hearing from the family of a Peoria man killed in a police-involved shooting.
And the plan is ready. Did the governor read it? He responds to the heart of Illinois.
And later, what we know about the explosions felt across the Windy City. 25 News at 6 starts now.
From WEEK, your home team. This is 25 News at 6.
Earlier today, a man was shot in the chest in Peoria, and as police process that scene, there's another investigation underway. An officer-involved shooting from last Friday that left another man dead. Good Wednesday evening, everyone. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Jenise Rebholz. Police say 2 men allegedly ran from a traffic stop, and one of them firing at officers and them shooting back. It's tonight's top story. The man who died after Friday night's officer-involved shooting was identified as 25-year-old Trayshawn Shields. Today, Gabby Guerrero spoke to one of his family members who says he's not just another shooting victim.
Family members of Trayshawn Shields are still trying to wrap their heads around what happened here Friday night. Shields suffered 2 gunshot wounds, one to his torso, another to his head. Peoria County Coroner Jamie Harwood released.
Police say a gun was found at the scene. Another male suspect that ran from the scene has not been found. The traffic stop was related to a call of more than 20 shots fired earlier that night.
And police spent part of their early evening today at the site of another shooting, again in Peoria. This one starting about 4 p.m. in the central part of the city, 200 block of West Republic Street. This is where they found a man who was shot in the chest. Police say when they arrived, though, he was conscious.
Governor J.B. Pritzker says he's not considering any other reopening plans for the state, including the proposed Restore Heart of Illinois plan. Local officials said on Friday that they were still waiting to hear from the governor's office for feedback and guidance on the plan that they made for 11 local counties. Caitlin Pearson is live at the health department with their reaction tonight.
All right, Caitlin, thank you. We did have 25 new cases added today in the greater viewing area. Want to break those down for you. Peoria, Woodford, and LaSalle counties all adding 2 new cases today. Tasman and Livingston, 1 each. Area-wide, we're now up to 721 total cases of COVID-19, spanning across 14 counties. Going backwards to find more people touched by the coronavirus. That's the effort underway now to improve our contact tracing in Illinois, and it will involve all 97 local health departments collaborating with the state version. To use technology, that's the goal, as a tool to better quantify how and where COVID-19 is spreading.
Now that testing has ramped up, only about 29% of our known cases are engaged in a tracing process. That's a number we want to push as high as possible to the industry standard of over 60%. But
in order to do more contact tracing, Illinois needs more employees. You can apply for these jobs now at dph.illinois.gov/COVID-19. We are dealing with another gray Wednesday.
But we need some sunshine, Chuck.
Well, let's see. The sun is about 93 million miles out in space. The clouds are the problem, and here they are on the satellite radar. The clouds will continue to stream in tonight and tomorrow. The good news will be in the 80s on the weekend, but we're still watching the Illinois River as those levels continue to rise. It looks like a crest of about 28 feet in Peoria. That's 10 feet above the flood. All the forecast details coming your way in just a couple of minutes. Jenise.
Thank you, Chuck. For the thousands of people that finally got into the unemployment system, there's a new problem. Their personal information was exposed. As Capitol Bureau Chief Mike Militich explains, the issue is with the state database.
After months of waiting to apply for unemployment, some independent contractors and gig workers' personal information may have been leaked. Representative Terry Bryant brought this to the attention of the Pritzker administration.
I don't want to just protect my constituents in the 115th. This is the entire state. Anybody that got on that site from the 11th to the 15th could have been compromised.
Illinois' House and Senate minority leaders want lawmakers to repeal Governor Pritzker's graduated tax amendment. Democrats approved Pritzker's fair tax question last spring, but the constitutional amendment needs approval from voters in November. Republicans say that the tax could further burden people already struggling from the COVID-19 pandemic.
This is a kick in the teeth to the small business community, the people that are struggling to survive, the ones that put people to work in Illinois. That's why it's important that we put this in, and it's up to the Speaker and the President to decide whether or not they want to allow this for a fair up or down vote. I just want an up and down vote. That's it.
Governor Pritzker's press secretary released a statement shortly after that news conference saying in part, quote, by pushing this resolution, the Republican leaders are using the coronavirus pandemic to advocate for silencing the voices of Illinoisans who now have the opportunity to vote on reforming our tax system.
Health leaders are researching how COVID-19 in kids could lead to multi-system inflammatory syndrome. Alex Macon now has the take from a local pediatrician.
Health officials say most kids who get COVID-19 show very few symptoms.
They tend to have a little less respiratory symptoms and more things like stomach ache and so forth.
This causes children to be more silent carriers of the virus.
Children tend to be spreaders of respiratory diseases much.
That was Alex Menke reporting. And up north, an explosion at a scrap metal plant lit up the sky in Chicago's north side this morning. Firefighters rushed to the General Iron plant around 10 this morning. The fire was then declared a level 1 hazmat incident. Witnesses said that they saw a fireball and a mushroom cloud of smoke. Now, as of this afternoon, luckily no one was hurt. The plant is now closed as an investigation is underway as to what caused this. Coming up next on 25 News, fewer career options now for a former imprisoned Illinois governor.
Yeah, what Rod Blagojevich can't do anymore in Illinois when we come back.